So now I'm going to show you the most important or the greatest architectural structure in China, in Beijing, the center of Beijing, called Forbidden City. As you can see, this is the entrance to the city, and many soldiers are lying up there. These soldiers are the olden day soldiers, not the contemporary ones. And then after that we go to the main entrance. It's called Midday Gate. When some of the very important political opponents are executed, they will be put right in the center of the gate, and the emperor or his Amai will be watching until he's being executed. Terrible. And then inside this gate is the Forbidden City itself. It's very, very big, you can see, huge. And it's surrounded by moat. This moat will protect the city from attack. And of course the wall is very high, must be 10 meters tall. And at the four corners there's some protective structure like this one. And well, now if you're going to Beijing, you can actually go inside like these people. In the olden days, the soldiers, army, they're all there, huge. And then march up, and this is the most important palace, right in the middle. The Emperor Most High Palace, where the Emperor see all his army and officials, one on the left side, the other on the right hand side, to talk about the politics and daily activities for the country. And behind that is what we call the Back Palace. Okay. So still it is part of the main Forbidden City, and the wall end up here. Okay. And then there's a garden, and beyond the garden there's a smaller city, what we call the back city. And there's a legend saying that in this back city there are 3,000 concubines serving the king, the emperor. And I don't know how he can cope with 3,000 women. Anyway, here we are. And so all this is a fun fair, if you like, a happy place. And of course there are male servants, but they are all sanitized, if you know what I mean, and they can't do anything apart from the king. And in the Ming Dynasty, it's kind of built mainly in the Ming Dynasty. Unfortunately, when the Qing Dynasty took over about 200 years later, the last emperor has to commit suicide. And then he went up this hill, and then there's a tree, and this is a tree where he hanged himself. And there's a legend that his daughter married to a guy, become prince, and the guy and the princess commit to the Qing emperor, saying that we'll get married in our uniform of the Ming Dynasty, but the condition is that you must bury, number one, bury our emperor, and secondly, free my brother. And the Qing emperor want to pacify these old people, I mean old generation, so he agreed. And you know what happened? During the night of marriage, both of them commit suicide. And that's the end of a legendary story, and it's well documented in a playwright in Guangzhou, China. And I can sing that as well, called Princess of the Ming, 帝女花. And before I forget, I'd like to remind you my Chinese name is Ho Kong Ming. So Ming, the same as Ming Dynasty. So that princess of legendary princess is my daughter. Good. Apart from the Forbidden City, this is another grand monument in Beijing. Actually composed of two parts. One I'm looking at is the land's worship place. So the emperor has to come in the center of this altar and worship the land, the lord of the land, right? And the soldier line up to protect him, and all his high officials also. So after worshiping the lord of the land, he will move on to his little palace to take a rest there. This one. Maybe after lunch, he will move on to the same direction, but keep going to the altar of the god. This is most important. So it's a very, very long march. So the emperor has the responsibility to give thanks to the land of the Lord and then pray to the land of the God. No, I mean God of heaven. God of heaven for blessing to the country. So this is the most important part of the whole ceremony. It is called altar for God in heaven. Here we go. Imagine the emperor is going in and say whatever he wants to say. Bless you, bless him.